Hey everybody, making a quick response for Pepino Man. He wants you to put together a list of dream cards for each PSA grade. And honestly, I didn't put a tremendous amount of thought into this, but I thought about it for like 15 minutes or so and looked up some images. So let's get rolling. So for PSA 1, I chose this Babe Ruth. I just typed in PSA 1 Babe Ruth on eBay and saw this and thought, why not? I'll add that to the list. I mean, I'll never afford it, but that's the case with most of the stuff on this list. That's why they're dream cards. For PSA 2, I chose this Mickey Mantle. And you're going to see a lot of cards like this on the list that a lot of people would love to own. But again, that's the whole point of the list, kind of. And for PSA 3, I chose this Clemente. Pretty self-explanatory. As a Puerto Rican collector, would love to own this. For PSA 4, I chose this Yogi Berra. And that's the thing about all these, like the grades are kind of interchangeable. Like I would love to have any of these cards in any grade, but for the sake of the video, I just chose a spot for each of them. And then for the PSA 5, I couldn't find a image of this in a PSA 5, so I chose an SGC image, which I'm fine with. I have no problem with SGC. I kind of like their slab. So pick this Orlando Cepeda. Again, Puerto Rican collector, and I don't have a lot of cool Cepeda stuff, so this would be an awesome addition. Then as my PSA 6, I chose this Roger Maris from 61. I always liked Roger Maris as a kid, especially after seeing the 61 movie. And I just always remember this image from the, I think it was 87 or 88, Topps Turn Back the Clock card. And just always wanted the original, but never picked one up. So picked that in the 6th spot. And then in the PSA 7 spot, I thought that was a good spot for this Jordan Fleer rookie. But again, would gladly take this even a grade or two lower. Just would love to own that one day. And this one's a bit more realistic, but like everything else, it's gotten more expensive the past few years. Should have got it when it was somewhat cheaper. But it's a Ewing from the same Fleer set in a PSA 8. And in the PSA 9 spot, here's one that people might not expect to see. Some people might not even know what this card is. It's a Bernie Williams from a Puerto Rican set. It's a Winter League set from 88-89. And the reason I have this as a PSA dream card, because even though I could get it raw, I think there's like a lot of possibilities for counterfeits on these, because I have some of the originals from this set and it's like a very cheap, flimsy paper stock. And I saw a seller on eBay that has like multiple copies of these cards, multiple sets. But I saw some stuff on his feedback that kind of raised some red flags, like some people saying that he sold like some fake stamps, some photocopied stamps and whatnot. So I would just prefer not to get this raw, would prefer to get it graded so I have at least some confidence that it's authentic. And then for the final spot, I also chose another Bernie Williams, a 1990 Topps Tiffany. And again, you might wonder why this is even on the list. You might think this is a very easy card to get, but just look up what the last few sold for. Actually, I'll just tell you, like I saw one sold for like 350, another one for like 375, and there's just no way I'm gonna pay that for this. You might say, well, you'll never own the card then, which is fine. I actually have this card, but I have it in lower grades. I have a PSA 8 and a SGC 96 from back when they were grading with numbers like that. So I'm fine with those, but again, for the sake of this video, chose to put this as my PSA 10. So there you go, Pepino. That's my list, and I will talk to you guys again soon.